Next case, 3 generals in the Trump cabinet. Count them: Mike Flynn, National Security; John Kelly, Homeland Security; James Mattis, Defense Secretary. 3 generals in the cabinet. Oh, that's got the media worried as well. Let's return to the always trusty Washington Post. Trump hires a 3rd general, raising concerns about heavy military influence. Come on in, Milwaukee County Sheriff David Clarke, who is wearing a uniform of his own this morning. Do uniforms in the cabinet room worry Sheriff David Clarke?
Not at all. Look, these are chronic complainers at the Washington Post and the New York Times. Donald Trump, if she were alive, Donald Trump could nominate Mother Teresa to be ambassador to the Vatican, and the New York Times and the Washington Post would have a bird over that. Donald Trump gets to pick whoever he wants, reasonably, obviously, because it needs Senate confirmation, but he gets to pick whoever he wants to surround himself with in order to move his agenda forward. He does not need a stamp of approval from the New York Times or the Washington Post. I think these are great picks, and I'll tell you why. If the Washington Post and New York Times are whining about it, that means these are great individuals.
I knew you were going to say that. I knew you were going to say that. One more for you, Sheriff. An admiral at the Pearl Harbor anniversary used his speech to call out Colin Kaepernick for his national anthem protest. Sheriff, just watch this for a minute.
You can bet that the men and women that we honor today and those who died that fateful morning 75 years ago never took a knee and never failed to stand whenever they heard our national anthem being played.
I think that gentleman is an admiral, and I'm sure you agree with him, Sheriff Clarke.
Good for him. Look, Colin Kaepernick doesn't know anything about history. I bet he thinks Pearl Harbor is a jewelry store. Good for him. And, you know, America's behind that sort of stuff. We're a patriotic country. It's one of the characteristics, one of the virtues that I possess as well. No respect from Colin Kaepernick. But also shame on the NFL, because some of the other sports leagues do have a rule that say you will stand during the national anthem. It's about respect. That's all it is, respect and decorum. You don't have to mouth the words. You don't really even have to put your hand over your heart if you want. As many of the individuals will just stand at attention, the players on the side of the court or along the sideline, and just, you know, honor the flag, the service, the sacrifices, you know, that people died for the freedoms in this country.
You wouldn't turn down a job if offered in the Trump administration, would you, Sheriff?
I don't think you can. Look, if you're asked to serve by the President of the United States, you're being asked to serve your country, not just an administration, not just the president. No, I wouldn't turn it down at all. Of course not.
Okay. Sheriff Clarke, we'll see you in Trump Tower at some point again. Thank you, Sheriff. I'd like to see that smile. I'd like to see you crack a smile in that uniform.
You got me, Stuart. You got me on that one.
Excellent.